Imagine going on your honeymoon trip and, in a twist of fate, ending up in prison with a 10-year sentence. Hope was lost for this couple, but finally they're back home. And they're back home because of the efforts of the Indian government, the Narcotics Control Bureau, which took up their case after believing in their innocence. That happened because the family got together, collected the evidence, and finally presented it in the proper forum that led to their release. I have with me Sharik and Uniba and Mr. Sharif as well. Uh, Firstly, how did all of this happen? Because it's intriguing that you go on your honeymoon and suddenly end up in prison, 10-year sentence. It must have all come as a unbearable shock.
So it was like a nightmare for us that we never believed that this thing is going to happen with us. Like we just trusted someone very close to us and they did like this with us. So it was like when we got married, right from our marriage, she was behind us that I will arrange ticket for you, I will arrange a foreign trip for you. You both please go from my side. That everything will be arranged by me. So when we got married, like after 6-7 months, she said that one day she called in the night. She said that tomorrow and day after tomorrow you need to go Bangalore. Then after that you need to go. After day after tomorrow you need to go to Qatar. We are saying continuously, we are saying no, 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 we will not go. I have a job. I have some duties to do here, to finish some work here. She said no. You have to go from my side. You are my son. I told her that she is pregnant. She's like 28 days pregnant when we came to know that she is pregnant. I said to her that my wife is pregnant. Doctor is saying no to travel, but she is saying no, no, no. She is like my daughter. Everything will be lavish. Just for 3 days you need to go. You are like my son. Then I said okay. Then I discussed with my wife. Then after that, before we leaving from here, like we are going to Bangalore, the ticket also was provided by her. She said that one bag will be there. You need to give one bag to my friend who stays in Qatar. I said no. I will not carry any bag from anyone. I will not take. I have my own bag. She said no, no, no. Bring that bag of yours. I will give you my own bag. The bag is here. I bought the bag with me.
And
This bag.
so, if you can show us,
This is the bag which
yeah,
she gave.
okay,
These are all the cuttings.
okay. Where? How did this? Who cut this? How did you figure out what was inside behind this
Sir,
panel?
it was like as soon as we landed in Qatar airport, they escorted us to the customs department. They took us to the customs department. They said that where is your luggage? Take your luggage from the belt. They took us to the customs department. They said open your bag. What is there in your bag? We said that our clothes are there. Our clothes, some shoes, some normal sleepers are there. They said no. Okay, open the bag. I opened the bag. Then they remove all the clothes, everything. They empty the bag. Then they put the bag in the scanning machine. When they put the bag in the scanning machine, they said that something is there in the bag. Then they bought a big cutter knife, like how custom people use. They have their own tools and instrument. Then they cut open the bag. When they opened the bag was like stitched. This was like properly stitched. Everything was properly stitched. No one can imagine that something is there. Then they cut this thing. Then there was a sponge, like white color foam was there. They removed the foam. Then this came. Then they removed this. Then there was full, like material was stitched inside, like full bag. You can see here, full stitching was there, like stapler pins are here, 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 there. From that side also, it was like full stitch like this, like 4 kilos of stuff.
So you all went to court there. What happened? What happened after that? See, one, it must have come as a shock when you figured this out.
Sir, we both like sat down in the airport. We started crying that this thing is not know that this was there in our bag. We were in complete shock. Then after like 2-3 hours, when they caught this thing, they separated us. They took my wife to women's cell. They took me to gents cell. Then they put case on us. Like there are 3 types of court there: trial court, high court, supreme court. So trial court, after 6 months they gave the sentence for 10 years. Then we applied for high court. In high court also they kept our statement same as 10 years. Then we applied for supreme court. Then with the help of new evidence, with my father, with NCB team, we got the new evidence.
And Aniba, if I can ask you, your daughter was born in jail. That must have been really, really difficult for you.
Yes, it was a very difficult time for me to being pregnant and spending the time and doing delivery alone, everything. She's 1 year now. So you can imagine I have brought her up alone. So it was the worst time of my life. I never ever imagined that my first baby will be born up like this. And the things I have torture over there, little bit torture, like mentally torture. I have find very difficult during my pregnancy, but we cannot every time go up with them to help us out. They will not do it. Only when something is serious, they will help us that time only. So it was a very difficult time for me, my delivery. and very certain things I have lots of difficulty I have
Must
faced.
have been one can only imagine the trauma of having to, go on a honeymoon, end up in jail, and then deliver in prison. That must have been
Like after 8 months, I saw my daughter first
Yeah.
time. Like after 8 months, she was born. After 8 months, I got the chance to meet her.
My father-in-law come to the hospital also twice when she was born, but they did not allow to see one time
They're not
also. It
allowing
was
anyone
like I
to
just
visit.
broken up that time.
Sir, if I can ask you, when you got the news, it must have been equally shocking for you. How did you figure out things? What did you do? Who did you approach finally? And because ultimately they're back home, and that's the, that must be a great joy. But how did you go about all of this?
When I heard first time about that regarding the arrest, I immediately gone to Doha, and that Doha I started inquiring about them, in which jail they are. So after 2 days of efforts, I find that they are in the particular jail. So when I gone to that jail, it was at 5 p.m. It has been closed. So they told me that tomorrow there will be the court. They will be brought in the court tomorrow, and you can meet over there in the court. So when I met them in the court, after the date was given to them, next date for the hearing, they met us. Both the met us. They start crying. That then they told that Tabassum has betrayed us. That she has given us that all illegal items to us, and now we are in so much problem.
So how did you get this evidence? How did you go to the Narcotics Control Bureau? Because the Narcotics Control Bureau, actually their job is to put people behind prison. In this case, they were actually fighting to get you out of prison.
Yeah.
So it must have taken a lot of evidence to convince them to do that.
Yeah, I was having evidence because on that same day when I first met my son, he told me that daddy, there is a mobile of me lying in the jail, so you can collect the mobile. I have a recording of Tabassum and me, that how he's trying to convince me to go to Qatar, and I am not trying. I am telling her that I will not go. I don't have time to go. So on the next day I gone to the jail. So I asked for the mobile, Sharik's mobile. They gave me the mobile and all belongings of Sharik. And when I came to hotel and I saw that, and I heard the all recordings, it was all against Tabassum only, that she's already forcing her to go, forcing them to go to Qatar, but they were not ready to go. So then I came to Bombay, and I made the transcript of that mobile conversation, and mobile conversation, and all application I made, and CD, I made CD, and I all submitted to Oniba's mother and father. They have gone to Delhi to submit the PMO's office, MHA office, MEA office, and NCB Minority Department, and over here in Mumbai Police also. They submitted all the applications.
And finally, after years of fighting this legally, you're out. Did you ever think that you'll be out? Because it must have come as a rude shock, the 10-year sentence.
Yeah, so we never thought that we are going out, like, because when we applied for first the trial court gave us the sentence for 10 years, then we applied for High Court. High Court gave us the same sentence. They didn't reduce the sentence. They kept the sentence for same 10 years. When we heard, like my father told that the sentence remains the same, we were like complete shock that what we have to do. My wife is pregnant. My daughter is going to born here, like 10 years.
We lose
We
all
lose
hopes
all our hope.
actually after the High Court judgment. But thank God with the government for the help, and the NCB who take our case in a very different and proper manner. So after they help, we have a hope that inshallah we will go out. And really thanks to the government and NCB and the KBS Malhotra sir for and Indian Embassy, Mr. Dheeraj. I really want to thank all these people for looking out for my case and helping us so much. And so I have a message for everyone. Please don't trust anybody. Don't take anyone's luggage for just small amount. Please don't trust anyone. And the one thing I want to tell to the government also, please strict the security of Indian airports also.
Because we put this bag in Bangalore airport, the officer
Especially
said the bag
Bangalore
is okay.
airport. So
Take
lots
the
of
bag.
girls have gone through Bangalore airport only, and they all are like with the drugs department, drugs case only.
Last
please.
question, exactly. Last question I'd like to ask you. Freedom has different meaning to different people. Today, what does freedom mean to you?
Like today, freedom is everything for me today. Like I'm very happy. I'm with my father, mother, my family, my daughter, my wife. Today we are like very happy.
If I can ask you the same question, what does freedom mean for you? To be happy, to be here with your daughter? to be at home.
Everything. She's out actually. I'm happy for my daughter because I was every time concerned for her, only for her future and for everything. So freedom is like, it's a great feeling. You can say that.
All right, so that's what it is, because this was a story of despair, betrayal, and then hope, and finally joy. To be together with their family is something that they never thought would happen, but it has happened because there was evidence to prove their innocence. Their family worked towards putting that evidence together. Then that evidence was presented before the Narcotics Control Bureau, which took it up, followed it up, and finally we have a happy reunion with the family, and that's perhaps all that matters in the story. But the message is that when you carry luggage or whatever you carry, make sure you don't trust anyone, just pack your own bags, and that's something that they would like to tell everyone as well. In Mumbai, with camera person Sanjay Mandal, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.